Okay, let's get started. It's time. It's already time. Okay, welcome. This is educateafricans.com, and these are platforms we are using to learn. And today we're going to be looking at biology. Today is a wonderful biology day. So I'm going to click on all courses, and I'm going to move straight to biology so that we'll have this wonderful class. It's important. Okay, these are geography. Down here, I'm going to see biology somewhere. Okay, this is it. So I'm going to quickly click on that. And yeah, I saw the assignments you guys did the last time, and they were all good. Very good assignments. Okay. So this is the first class we have in biology, and it's going to be under introduction, what biology is all about, and classification. It's important that we start early enough. Early enough. Early preparation is important. I always stress on early preparation whenever you come to Tclassified. You always hear me stress so much on early preparation because we need to start in time so that we'll be able to beat the mark. Okay, so let's get started. So we are looking at biology. What is biology? So this is introductory class where we look at what biology is, and we look at the characteristics of living things. Okay, so biology is the study of organisms or study of living organisms or living things. So that is what biology is. And the word biology came from two Greek words, bio, which is the Greek word for life, and logos, which is the Greek word for discourse. Discourse means study. So biology is just from two Greek words, life and study. Study of life, that is biology. And these living things that we study, this life that we study, they are classified into two. We have what we call the plants, and we have what we call the animals. So the study of these plants is known as botany, whereas the study of these animals is known as zoology. So botany is the study of plants, zoology is the study of animals. So combination of the study of plants and the study of animals gives you what we call biology, which is biology. Bio standing for life, logos standing for discourse, which is another word for uh, study. Okay, now that we've known the meaning of biology, let's move forward to learning about these living things. What are these living things? What and what come together to form a living thing? What do we bring together to form living thing? What are the characteristics of this living organism? What and what come together? So some of us know the characteristics of organism by using the word Mr. Niger D. Mr. Niger. That's what we normally use uh, as the characteristics of living things, Mr. Niger D. Some people call it Mr. Niger D. Some people call it Mr. Niger. So M stands for movement. You have to take note. Movement is very, very important. Every human being must move. Every living thing must move. Then we'll talk about respiration, ability to take in oxygen. Then we'll talk about nutrition, ability to take in food. Then we'll talk about respiration, reproduction, ability to give birth to new ones. Then we'll talk about death, dying. Then we'll talk about G, growth, ability to increase in size and repair worn out parts. So all these are characteristics of human beings. Whenever you see anything that has these characters, then that becomes a living organism. So if you see something that does not have this character, that becomes a non-living organism. So living organisms, which we study in biology, have some certain attributes. And these attributes are known as characteristics of living things. And amongst them are one, movement, ability to move, make either locomotive movement or movement of a part. Respiration, ability to breathe in air and give out, or breathe in oxygen, give out carbon dioxide, or breathe in, take in carbon dioxide, give out oxygen, as the case may be for plants and animals. Then we'll talk about nutrition, ability to take in food so that you can use this food to have energy to do other things. Then you have irritability. I'm taking the Mr. Niger now, number one. Irritability, ability to respond to stimulus. When a hot object is coming to your hand, the ability to retrieve your hand. Irritability. Then we'll talk about the G, their growth. Growth, ability to increase in size. That's another characteristic of human being. Then after growth, you have the E, excretion, ability to remove toxic waste from your body so that they don't go disturbing you. They want to be able to remove toxic waste through perspiration, through any form of excretion. So that is excretion. Then we have reproduction, ability to give birth to offspring, give birth to younger ones. So all these make up the characteristics of living things. So there are those attributes that you see in something and you say, yes, this is a living thing. So it's very important. So having done that, then we'll look at classification of living things. Classification of living things. So how do you classify living things? Classification of living things. So living things are classified in major groups, and as we discussed during our jamb, this classification could be in kingdom, which is the biggest one. Then after kingdom, as you can see here, you talk about phylum. Then after phylum, you talk about class. Then after class, you talk about order. After order, you talk about family. After family, you talk about genus. And after genus, the smallest of this class is the species, having maybe possibly just one of such living organisms. Under kingdom, we have lots of organisms that have similar character. Other phylum have it getting cut down a little bit. Okay, so that is how you classify. So now, majorly, you're going to talk about, say, let's say human being, the Homo sapien. How did we get about Homo sapien as the name of human being? So the name of each organism is normally the genus name together with the species name. So the genus name of human being is Homo, and the species name of human being is sapiens. And that's why the name of human being is Homo sapiens. So that is how you name organism mostly. Okay. So under kingdom, we have different kingdoms. We have the Animalia kingdom, you can see it here. We have the Plantae. The Animalia kingdom is for animals. The Plantae kingdom is for plants. Then we also have other kingdoms that are there, but these are the two prominent ones. Then under phylum, we have animals with a backbone. They are known as Codata or chordates. And that is where human beings fall in. So this kingdom animal is not made up of only human beings. You have human beings, you have every other animal on earth, the fishes, the chimpanzee, the tapeworm, all these worms, all of them are all animals. But then you have animals that have backbone. So those ones that have backbone are known as Codata. And you know that tapeworm and earthworm, they don't have backbone. So you can see in this second classification, some animals have been cut out. And that's why the number of animals under Codata is smaller compared to the number under animal. The number under animalia is the largest. So that's why we say as the classification is going up from kingdom to species, the number of organisms you can find in that class reduces. So in the species, you just have that organism itself. Whereas under kingdom, you have that organism with other similar organisms. So under kingdom, you have every animal under the animalia kingdom. But once you get to Codata or Codata, you have only animals that have backbone. And you know, human beings, they have backbone. You also have chimpanzee and the rest. Then after Codata, you now have the mammals, which are decoded with 4. That means animals that have backbone that also have 4. So say animals that have hairs on their skin. So they have 4, like the chimpanzees. So they are still under mammal. So that's why whenever you talk about the monkeys and chimpanzees, we say they are our distant relatives. Because you see that in many of these classifications, they come also to be in the same class as human beings. Then we'll talk about primates. Primates are mammals with collar bone and grasping fingers. So primates are mammals that have grasping fingers and collar bone. So you can see that monkeys, they also have grasping fingers, just the way we have, and they have collar bone. Then we'll talk about the hominids, which are primates with relatively flat face and 3-dimensional vision. So hominids are primates with relatively flat face and 3-dimensional vision. So human beings, they are still there. Then you have the homo, which are the hominids with upright posture and large brains. So homo are those hominids that have upright posture, just like you can stand up in an upright posture and you have very large brain. Then we'll now finally have the species, which is the sapiens, which are members of the genus Homo with a high forehead and thin skull bone. And that is Homo sapiens, and those are for human beings. So you can see how this classification of human beings went from animalia or animals to Codata or Codat to mammals or mammalia to primates to hominids to Homo and to Homo sapiens, which is similar to movement from kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. So if you are asked under species, what species is human being, would say is the sapiens or the Homo sapiens. Under genus, we are under Homo. Under family, we are hominids. Under order, we are primates. Under class, we are mammals. Under phylum, we are chordates, and under kingdom, we are animals. So we have animals, chordates, mammals, primates, hominids, Homo sapiens, as is analogous to kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Okay. So there are other kingdoms like the plantain kingdom, and we can also have the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes, where the eukaryotes are the multicellular organism and the prokaryotes are single cellular organism, and depending on how they are arranged. Okay, so you can have the bacteria and other ones. And okay, let's move down the 5 major kingdom: Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, and these other ones. Okay, so under here we have other explanations of these various classifications, which I think we will look at this next class. Okay. There are plenty of things under classification, and we need to know them. So let's play this. David, no volume.
Yes, sir.
Is it for the video I'm playing off from my side?
For the video you're playing, sir.
Okay, for the video I'm playing, no volume. Okay. Okay. So what is on the video is what I've already explained. I just wanted to play it. So this basic unit of classification of living things, species, like I said, the species is the smallest unit of classification, containing members which have the largest features in common. Okay. Okay. We explained all that. So that is that about major classification. So we can see here now. From the classification, we'll get what we call binomial nomenclature, which is the system of giving organisms two names. One from the genus and the other one from the species. So binomial nomenclature. So this is a what's it called? Comparison of human beings and lion. You can see that both of them are under the same kingdom, Animalia. And that's why I told you, under the same kingdom, you have plenty of organisms having characters, but these the characteristics they share are very few. But at the down part of species, they have more characters in common, making the organism available there to be very few, but more characters in common. But at the down, or you can call it upper layer of kingdom, you have plenty of organisms, but they are having very few similar characteristics. So under kingdom, we have Animalia having both human being, lion, and all of them, because they have similar characteristics, few. But under phylum, animal is under Codata, lion is also under Codata. You know that phylum, Codata are those animals with backbone. So there are those animals with backbone. Under class, we have the mammalia, so mammals. Under order, we have primates and carnivora. Under family, you have hominidae and felidae, and the rest of them. So under genus, homo and panthera. Then under species, we have sapiens and leo. So the scientific for now lion will be panthera leo, because that of animal is homo sapiens. So you see the way these things are got. So they are very, very important in you understanding the naming. So very importantly, you need to know about the binomial nomenclature, which is a system of naming organisms, giving them two names, deriving the first name from the genus, class, genus group of the animal, and the second name from the sapien, the smaller one. So those are the two names of organisms. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go into details of this in the next class to see basic characteristics of the different living things like the monera, the bacteria, the euglena, and the rest of them, the roundworm, and the rest of them. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we're stopping. I'll see you when I see. Okay, assignment, very important. Please, the assignment is define living organisms and okay, define biology and tell me how we came about the two names of the bio and the logy. I want to know where we got bio and logy. And then I want you to list out the characteristics of human being, characteristics of living beings. That's the next one. And I want you to list out the classification groups based on kingdom, phylum, class, order. And as you're doing it, I want you to give me examples with that of human being and lion and enable me to know how the binomial nomenclature of Homo sapiens is gotten for human beings. And Panthera leo is gotten for lion. So let me come out again for the assignment. What is biology? You need to tell me what biology is. Then tell me what the two words bio and logy, what do they stand for in Greek? Then you need to also tell me the characteristics of living things. The Mr. Niger explain them to me one by one. And also the classification of living things into groups of kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species, with examples for human beings and lion. That's the way you're seeing at the background of this, together with the binomial nomenclature. How we can, from this kingdom, phylum, class, order, get the binomial nomenclature, which are the two names derived from home, genus, and species for the various organisms of human beings and life. So please do that assignment and get it pasted in our group. And, I'll check them out. You guys saw the people that did very well in the assignment. You saw the way I put it up on my WhatsApp status. And like I said, every day, every assignment submitted, the best assignments I'm always going to use as my WhatsApp status. So when you check out my WhatsApp status and you see your assignment there, then you simply know that you did well in the assignment. Okay, thank you. See you when I see you.